Translation into another language requires first knowing the language, knowing well the language in which the talk or the writing was done. Then you need to know the language in which you are going to translate into. And then you need to know the content, right? Very well. So you need three conditions to have a good editor, and that's rare. So I remember that my first assignment, I was given some lessons that had been translated from English to Spanish. Back in time, 30, 40 years ago, by a group in Mexico that had translated from English to Spanish Yogananda's teachings. They asked me, compare the English and the Spanish version and give us a report. So I began to compare. And oh my God, because these individuals, many of them didn't know much English. Many of them didn't know much Spanish, and most of them didn't understand the teachings. Yogananda's teachings, had a certain flavor. Sorry?
That's 3 strikes against them.
Oh, the results were horrific. Horrific. The mistranslations were horrendous. Just to tell you one example, okay? How it applies the saying, the Italian saying, translator traitor, which is traduttore traditore, in traitor, right? Translator traitor, meaning that you are a traitor to the original, right? So in this case, the sentence was in English: if you spend money wisely, it will give you happiness, right? It's common sense, That were Yogananda's words, right? And then the translator said into Spanish, si gastas el dinero sabiamente, te dará la felicidad. Meaning, if you spend money wisely, it will give you the happiness. And it was just one word, right? Right. One word. So basically you converted the whole teachings into satanic teachings, right? You go for money and you will get happiness with one word. So this is the problem with spiritual teachings, that a subtle change can convert a teaching that is spiritual into anything, garbage.
But that means the translator had no spiritual wisdom.
Right.
They would have never written.
Or he was in a satanic group,
Well, how could you say happiness without putting the?
Oh, in Spanish you can say te dará felicidad, meaning it will give you happiness. It will increase your happiness somewhat, right? But if it will give you the happiness, that's a totally different thing, right?
Yeah, that's like the ultimate happiness.
Right, the ultimate happiness.
The problem with the Bible and how many times it was retranslated and how many hundreds of years after.
Yeah, many
and then
people
take it
involved.
literally, and there's so many different interpretations of
Which is the Council
Right.
of
who
Nicaea.
said what, really, who knows?
The Council of Nicaea really decided what to do, what not to do, what
Yeah.
to take out.
And this is an old problem, I have a friend that as years went by, I began to suspect that he was involved in the dark side, right? And the other day, I go to a coffee shop, and there he was, sitting on a table with a big book on the side and writing. So, just to be friendly, I sat down with him for a moment with my coffee, and we began to talk. And I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm translating the Mahabharata in a Russian version to an English version, from Russian to English. It's a version of the Mahabharata, and he was doing the translation, and it was, all his articulation was to poo-poo the Mahabharata as something fake, right? And now he was proving it with his translation, right? And doing all the job to make sure, that this book is gonna really poo-poo the Mahabharata. So, they use translations and these type of things to destroy the work of the positive side.
Intentions, right?
Sorry?
Intention is very important.
Yeah, if the intention is to pass through misinformation, and sometimes it will show like it's a spiritual teaching, but in reality it's a satanic teaching in disguise.
Right.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, I know they do.